Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, worldwide. The renegade there, the man afraid, man of the wilderness, keep it real and honest on here, no tabloid. No tabloid. Yeah, man, but I have no time for idle. We have to speak truth to power, you know. Yeah, we have to speak truth to power. Yes, all right. So we see Holness going out today. It's an experiment in the pan, you know. Yeah, because this is the next failure. And, it at head. Every time you watch a guy and come out and him fail, then him just repackage something for the item and fling out. People will stop follow this guy with them garbage. This a garbage. Stop follow the government when to stop the garbage. But line up some things to go play. Right? That's so. And it does not make no sense to me. It does make me feel, me that chill and play some tune. I couldn't bother with this. I have to just do me 7 o'clock show. Too much garbage. Where you answer, Paula? You good? Anthony, you good? Yeah, man. Michael, you good? Paulette, you good? Yeah, man. Benny, see you too, man. Albert, see you too. Me just scan too fast. You see? You know good? Yeah, man. So we have to deal with this case here. I'm going to play something for you. I show you, say, Andrew, I take the people them to eat that. At Jamaica, I want to listen to him keenly, you know. But him Narra eat that bill, you know. Yeah? Just listen, him not have no idea of fun in a country. This is 10 years. This is no time for ramp with people life. 10 years, the dollar moved from 121 to 160. They may have to do all kind of thing for top up the dollar. Can't keep it. Right? The man come with economic growth and job creation. It's a super ministry. You remember it, Paula? Remember, he has 50, according to him, 50 agency in a film office. 50. Him tell him I cut red tape. But him come and repeat it now. Every time him come back with something, I repeat it. He might cut red tape. He might get rid of bureaucracy. He might do all kind of things. As a matter of fact, Andrew Holness came out with the whole PSOJ. Right side of him, the richest set of guys. The PSOJ, the whole of him support him 100%. And him fail Jamaica miserably. And when I come back with NARA, I say him I run it and I do PR. It sick my stomach. Sick my stomach. You understand? Carlin, big up yourself. Carlin Barnes. I want to tell the family this and show them, when I come with that garbage and when I talking bullshit. Yes. Super granddad no miss words, Not to my sister Paula. Eh? No, but when I come with that bullshit, I can put him up for me also. Because Andrew, everybody should have played about this for you. You have a super ministry. Ministry. Everybody turn and talk to him with the full backing of PSOJ. And if that fail, what you do? A matter of fact, it's an experiment. Him admits that it's an experiment. Can I tell you some people want it fail? Them now, you see, right away, I tell about fail, where you say Sheldon. Right away, I tell about Winifred Wagwan. See? Right away, Maureen, me see you too, See? Right away, I tell about fail. Some people want it fail. So what happened to your super ministry? What happened to the economic growth and job creation? Let me play it back. But that's what remind him and remind the people of Jamaica. Stop make Andrew rebrand and put out garbage to Uno. Stop it now, man. Let me play this and remind him. Yes.
Our ability to grow the economy is not far-fetched. In fact, economic growth is not new to Jamaica.
So you're here, and it's not far-fetched. So 10 years after, so how it not grow? It gone back where? One, the hurricane over for borrow the biggest set of money from IMF whenever you see them money there come. Eh? Go for borrow over 6.7 billion US. And then boss, we get the money, get what? We great-great-grandparents them have to play. Can you imagine that the food grow up and get married and get film kids, them and film kids them grow up and get married and get our kids and have your money. A good thing that the food in a business boat down there tonight, them figure on. You understand? Okay, good. Yes. Them fi go on. See? Watch out. Yeah. Yeah, man tell it no far-fetched. Hear this. Sheldon.
History records that between 1962 and 1970, our GDP growth rate was 5.31%. The problem is that sustained economic growth has been elusive. Yes. Therefore, we must identify a sustained path.
Look one path with when I show you. Richest man at the time, because them in the retired politician, them in the government now, you know. They make him, boy, them nearly block him. They nearly running a bankruptcy, leeching. Richest man. At the time when I show you this, bleaching and market with a yacht for the nearly 400 million US. Them have much place. You lose all of this. Stafford, Bagwan. Eh? Him lose all of this. So you see when come and show the people them at Jamaica. All right, let me just break down something too now. I'll be here, you know, we are critical thinkers. If you have a government run off of the bat, look on you, look on the whole nation, and come out full force with the PSOJ, with the backing of the PSOJ, them are go on board. And what am I going to do? Him tell you right here. If you want to go to Israel, he go touch the wall. When we look at my shake and what am I do? Then leeching, come and say we don't want no skinny kids. Tired of skinny kids. He might tell UK, I invite UK to come invest. UK, what we does in 1962 get independence from after all the whip them for 400 years. This is how leeching in film brain now click neither, you know. See? He might tell them to come invest and if God did I put world, I put a country, and you know, come invest. And UK might talk to you know. Go on them we used to whip our people. Right? Another place. Then when we look him just take up his foot. Him at the chairman. 5-4. So Andrew knows him can't come back, come tell you when no reintroduce him 5-4. Well load him. Him no want to reintroduce a 5-4, him cannot. So when do every day him come back with something different for pushing on the head. We never tell them we're fed up of this. Because when you do something, you have to continue. And if you fail, come tell the people them you fail. Because we said fail. If you come with a super ministry and it fail you, you can't come with an agency and show with nothing. Too much of this bullshit. This guy is a soulmate guy. That guy and Holness and in ministry. Super ministry. Have more powers than any one of them little agency. The one of them report to him. When you look the road, it gone. Remember I have a super ministry, you know? And the man take the hospital from up here to zero. From here to zero. Yeah? Hospital gone. Yeah, Minty was gone. See? The hospital gone. The road them gone. The school, nothing left. All them do is raise them pay. It don't make no sense. Yeah, when that say yes, so where I say, Evan? Yeah, when I say yes, so.
To economic growth and job creation. This administration has one task: unleash the economic potential and
look when use for the fierce card. So when we see this now, and the richest out of the pack of the PSOJ, you know, he unleash the economic potential. So where you go with Narra now, brother? Where's the Rudolph? Where's the 2.0? Yes. Maybe a 10.0 this kind of ramping up. Look at cinema show the 5-4. Cinema show 5-4, you know. 5-4. So them depend 5-4. Yeah? Look on them fingers. See that? Them all come with all them one brand. Zane, Morris, Bagwan. Zane? Yes. Them come with all them one brand 5-4. You know, see them? And them laugh. So, nobody not ask about this. So, when you really sit down and listen to Andrew Holness again, come about now and run up and down. Him come back and give the people that run up and the failure, the collapse of failure of this. This was a super ministry. Him are the chief steward of the super ministry. But yes, Mark. Me there for. See? Him are the super. Hey, people, when you use this, send it back to Andrew. Yeah? This you use, and you see the marking. Remember, you know, when you see them rich man run out, And him get the whole of them on him side. When come and tell we now? Kojo, Wagwan. Wagwan family. Yeah, man. Anyway, Wagwan. Wagwan fam. Of course, them platform have to beat them. Hey, let me tell you this, you know. Anyway, we can't make them trick with people like this, brother. We have to speak truth to power. I have to draw back this and ask him the question. If you, anyway, in a film shoes, a Kojo, and you come and put a super ministry together, and tell me, no, you have 50 minutes to you cut red tape and you do this and that, and then not more, you get flat. Why else you could have come tell me 10 years after, when me see the hospital fail, me see the land, the country you run, for the first time in the history of Jamaica, named NARA state, by two separate, two separate presidents. We see the hospital run down so till it get travel advisory. For the first time in a Jamaica history, not now going to the hospital. People are stayed away. Or if you trust them, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did, because I said. Or if you trust them, yeah. The first time in a Jamaica history, look on them front of we. So who are we not with Narra? Listen, Uncle E that alone him can catch. Uncle E that alone believe in this. And by the way, you hear him say some people make a plane, and you hear him say some people want Narra fear. That means an experiment him a deal with. It's an experiment him a deal with. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I got. What I go on? You good? It's an experiment this guy deal with. Look from front of me. You know why I'm do this? Why I'm do this? Yeah? Vasa, what I go on? Una. See? You know why I'm do this? Because them want go in your head now. The whole of them jump on board and them fail us. Them fail the country. So let me tell you this. You can't get no bigger than a super ministry. Any little agency, man, where I run up and down, and when I run up and down, I'll, me say water and the one of them. Yes, and, the country will move forward. Fuck you. You forgot away. You could have the whole PSOJ lack. Them that invest anything and you feel, you and just him alone, him and PSOJ feel Jamaica. Him and the biggest boy, them can we and feel, because them not do nothing, I just create. Them couldn't manage a place like this. 10 years. This is when them run out. Look how them look. 5 in 4. Where you get out of this? Eh? Hear how much thing in our office. Hear this now. Hear this.
Utilize the incredible energy, enterprise, and industry of the Jamaican people for economic growth and shared prosperity. That is why the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation was created and conceptualized.
You see what I created for? So why you create more agency for brother if this fail? People not get this by this. You see the man a waste of time. We not get this by this. So how you come down and create more of them things when you feel the people them already? Eh? This make any sense whenever I go. In my experiment with people, yeah, with them dictate with one bag of pizza, this story make no sense. I'm not a fucking man, I say it. Now play it, I hear when them say it. Yeah, hear this.
To facilitate growth with the slogan, achieving prosperity through economic growth and sustainable development.
You see, when we tell about real government ain't them long chatting here, and do them shit here, you never, when Monday come and tell you, say, the people, them are suffer, I move them off of the hill and give them land. Yeah. Land lease. When him come and tell us, no, him can't want to keep them out of school, him build more schools and build at the same time. Him do everything when him attack, him just put them in. So it work. Meanwhile, by 75, 76 now, them come with CIA for fighting because, them, yes. So him take back the backside, Now use the money I do, yes. I want to build up the place and everything. And I never threw no Cuba. Yeah? Because I couldn't shoot Cuba, make them shoot Bob Marley, I went did I sing. And when did I sing? Yeah? When did I sing? Yeah, Marine? You understand? So that's why, yeah. But man, look now, when Michael man, they come and put in the thing there. When I struggle, him tell us I struggle and what them I do. Him explain to you. Him put in the housing trust for the one I mash up. And it do help for people then. Yeah, in a space of time. It's too much housing bill. In a space of time. When you have the crash program, we clean up the place, set up the thing and do everything. People get a chance. They stand up and go even the high school where them to go and everything. A matter of fact, free education go straight to university. That should make a change. Say I should not stop it. Should never. If you have trained doctors and nurses from then, we'd have enough doctor power with Cuba that we are the same way. We could have export doctor and nurse and we not short. If them did still have trained, you who want to be doctor free. See? Where are because? But one family. See? Yeah? Then that be, of course, serious. Free health. We couldn't have so much sick people and much be free health. Free name free. The same big boy, them never like it. This is why him come with the super ministry and it fail with. And him come with this now and you will support him. Yeah, I must say I said. This now reach away now. Listen, mark my word. Yeah? When you hear them run out and the one of them behind it because they are yes man and lackeys and wimps. This for me, this is the next. Is the way him do is a PR thing for us. A hook a punchline. Him love use punchline. This is not no serious about government. Them are hustlers. Them are hustlers. They never know for one country. Yeah, people get poor and more. Hey, you remember that about big power plant? How much you want the light bill now? How much you want the light bill? Eh? Don't follow him. Eh? Hear this.
The amalgamation of approximately 50 agencies is a deliberate move to focus our efforts on sustainable economic growth.
So all your 50 agencies are failed. Or you have the whole of the PSOJ back your 100%. I know you come and tell me about fucking NARA. Go away, man. Go away. We don't want to hear from them. Yeah, anyway, we are going. Yes, we don't want to hear from them. See, you're right. They might try to keep the people them down. But you see, you were a critical thinker now. You have to run them where you know. Where you get a light bill for what? And the light don't come connect yet. Well on, Minty said that come give me. How much said you have it? Give me a copy of it, let me show them now. Come here, some people are saying get light bill and water with them now for you, you know. Never go show them. Yes? Them here where them run out with. All them do, you know. It's by time I make. Remember I'm here now, you know. 7th month. From the hurricane, the 7th month. Yeah. Yeah, let me get right now. Get that one now. See? Put it up. Yes. See that? Send it by my WhatsApp, let me show that. Yeah, no, yeah. Don't use the 5. I never see the 5 on it. 876-419, yeah? Where are some IK? Yeah. Yeah, man. No, but you can't add and build a master destruction. Your master destruction, brother. When you put master and put the builder as a PR master builder. Is that PR master destruction? What if you build something for him? He might experiment on people thing. Yes? You understand, Mikey? Don't take out the 5 in a 4192693. Take out the 5, yeah? Don't put the 5. By year of 4. Continue.
It is important that we align our policies to meet the mission of this administration.
Yeah, when done said, so you are the government. Hey, I be a shit. So the more you listen to this, it get me upset, you know. Him are the government. And him come out and tell it important for line the policy. So, or you come back with NARA and tell the same thing, you have a line policy. So for the 10 years, you never line a policy. You know, that's why I have to say, him can't get a nod from me. Impossible. Because if you're the prime minister, you could have raised your money and you could have do all kind of things and turn in a super ministry. Why you say it's important for you to line, but it never happened. So you say it now, no, the same thing where you say, oh long, you come back and repeat it. It make any sense? Eh? It make any sense? And that is it. Yeah.
To create a Jamaican economy which consistently meets or exceeds its growth targets while providing meaningful jobs and economic opportunities for.
So it can create an economy that can meet the target or more. The economy ever meet the target? What kind of target we have? You talk about the police use the youth them make target. I shoot them like bird. A target they attack. Gun target, a cocaine target. The cocaine attack. It meet the target there more, man. That's not where I'm attack. The coke port. Can't wish the target to meet. Ungo target Jamaica meet is turning a coke then. Ungo target. So me get the hold on there. Can me just get the thing, you know, for me I have to go show it, you know, the bill. See the bill here? Let me look on the bill here. Me have to go show that bill here, Minty, yeah. Me send over that bill here, that we can go show it. Because we not do tabloid runners, you know. When them come out, it get me upset. But we not do no tabloid runner. Hold on there. No, I get the catch you. That one I want to see, you know. But I could jump in the light building at the same time because they're not supposed to get cheaper light. Let me see something. The woman now have no light. And the light bill is, I'm going to take it down. So is that how much money you have to pay total me? So if you pay this, you don't have no light at all. So you don't have no light, you still get light bill. No criminality that. You don't have no light at all, but you get a light bill. Eh? No criminality this. Even if I want, you can, or if you pay. That means who not have no light, them still have to pay $1,000 or $2,000, you know. If you not have no light. This is where the man then thief. Eh? You understand? This is where the man them thief, and I think that trouble, brother. Some people never talk about Andrew on this now. Hey, people never talk about this. The man have they get the nod from every one of them from PSOJ. Come on board with this. Keith Falcon, the richest set of them from PSOJ. The whole of them gonna put Andrew on this. I want me look them flirt, the one of them feel. PSOJ with Andrew on this never have no idea, no plan to build nothing. The man have super ministry with them report too. Yeah? And when we look, we have the worst road in the entire world. We have the worst, we don't have no hospital. Them destroy it. See? The people, them don't have no money for buy food. We don't have no school again. See? The police are the worst. Them don't have no respect. Them are box down old people. Them are doing all kind of little things right now. It's bad. It's terrible. Hear him. Super ministry this. Hear this. Yes, sir, Denise. Eh? Well, on hear this.
For all in a sustainable manner. The Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation focuses on critical portfolio areas where investment, foreign and local, is buttressed by the provision of housing, access to water, and proper infrastructure, availability of land for residential and commercial development, but with due regard given to preserving our environment.
So him tell you everything where the super ministry do and the agency and where I clear up. Now the same thing I repeat now too now. I tell them about NARA. NARA. Yeah? Then me when I tell you about NARA, I play with myself, I'm the Prime Minister, so I listen to him, not what dirty thinking ag. I'm a piece of shit. You know, if I come put them thing for hey, water, you say hey, water for go, you know. My shit, you're not supposed to in a house down there, you know. Garbage, you know. Water is something different from Andrew Holness, you know. Because this when you listen to them, you can't remember, you know, when I listen to people, you know, when I listen to you, I have to listen to you, and when I put it together, it's in a unison. It will sync. Yeah? Yes. It's in a unity with each other. Not one has said something and then him has said something else. And that them full up. You understand? Yeah. See, that them full up. Them chat pay bullshit. See, continue.
As well as climate change, which has the potential to derail our plans for economic growth
Here.
if we fail to adapt to its impacts.
Okay.
In achieving our goals, it is imperative that we create ecosystems of growth where every single Jamaican can contribute to the process and reap the benefits.
So with the ecosystem there, anybody think create an ecosystem for growth? The people that plant the tomato me show up here, so the people that eat lot. One the field. Me not talk the whole of Jamaica, you know. One the field. The man them have the scallion, it glut. Then them come up with that thing named farmers market. And Aja come up with it. Them and them the friend, this not good. We have some early. Say, it not good. You come up with farmers market. This is garbage. Continue. Continue.
One of our 8 initiatives in the 5 and 4 target of the Economic Growth Council speaks to bureaucratic reforms. That is, to improve the business environment.
Yeah,
This is important because we must cut the red tape and provide the right regulatory environment for investors. Consequently, we must address the slow pace of implementation of government projects, which...
So, are the same fucking thing the man come and talk about, yes, the same. So, when I sit down and listen to this garbage, you have a super item and if you go in, yes, then the MC for take away your goods and thing and them see I get rid of it. Yeah. Yeah. You know, the water still, yeah. You get bill for 5,000. Send your bill, come give me the better. But I never do something I put up them bill there, you know. No, man, never put up them bill, man. Not this bad, man. Yeah, man. Where's me know your granduncle? Me know him, yes? Me know him, man. Eh? Tell me, man, me know him. You see? This bad. The man, listen, you see this? Let me tell you how this bad. Andrew have not authority to come talk to nobody about no this and red tape and them. Him not have them luxury. Him government not have them luxury. Him in there for 10 years. Him did don't say yes, so what am I gonna do? You understand? So him say that when you look at the biggest failure, 5 and 4 the biggest failure, you know. Him super ministry big at the biggest failure, you know. So him I go with an electrical agency, make it 51. Him say 50. You know some people that's a 19, him say 50. Eh? 50. This we can't stop play this. I remember that when I come with him now, some people like them attack it down, they want it to be a failure. That means it's an experiment in him depend. Because before you put in something into place, you have to know say it can work. You know what experiment, you know what come experiment on the people them again, okay? You do that enough, you know. The man come with the school them name STEM. The STEM them bill. Him change it already now, you know. Because him no want to say STEM again, you know. It names STEAM now. Now remember, Jamaica is a hot place, you know. You saw that. So you under some steam, like some volcano steam, and with hot sun, you know, go burn up, man. You know, go toast. The man come with steam now. Steam, you know. I wish him could have used the steam and turn it into energy and give it some cheaper light. Because you have some people, you know, where volcano steam, them use it to turn into energy, you know. Eh? 5 and 4. Yeah, eh? 5 and 4. 500 meeting in 4 years. Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine? Ain't you there? 5 and 4 and him fail. Jamaica. And him come back now. This is a super, hey, Uncle Ida that listen to him, you can have a super ministry. And when we look at the perform for the 10 years. And you come with something now, I tell me say it a perform. Right away when you tell me say, you know, your administration fail the people there. You and PSOJ will run out and bugger with this. From leeching to the wall of them is a failure. That you could make a super ministry and then come out with this better. Tell me now. You could have a super ministry and do this. Yeah? Super ministry. And then you come out with this. You smile up yourself, brother man. Yeah? You don't need to come out with nothing else. You're supposed to try work and make it work for you. You're not supposed to it don't go show you so them a failure. The people that use punchline from the people them in Jamaica, this is bullshit. Or if you have a super minister and then come out with something else like this. Or if you have 50 agency and you cut red tape, you promise everybody the same thing. Over and over again, I know you come back with something else. Eh? In beat him where you Marva. In beat him on purpose where you John. Where's the 500 you ban? Cutting in 4 years. Well, this is bullshit. Yeah.
Saps the vibrancy of the economy and contributes to the missed opportunities.
Missed opportunity.
I believe that as we work together, we create a strong, cohesive, productive, harmonious, and peaceful Jamaica that is truly the place of choice to live, work, raise families, do business, and retire in paradise.
And the same word the man I use. Him go up a St. Thomas go use all this again the other day, last year. Everywhere, the one of them live, work, raise, and family, and in paradise. The people in St. Thomas live in paradise, but then the couple of where you build up there. And I think you build it. The private sector follow you and tie up people money. Tie up people money. Yeah. Where you say, Michael? Where you say some sense? Where you say common sense or common for some people? Well, we can't call it capital sense, I keep. You say no sense at all. Don't you say common sense? Eh? This don't make no sense, none at all. yeah. Hey, Barry. Yeah, Barrington. Let me tell you something, because well, after that, say him do, you can't let him go, because what him do, you say if you ignore him go on and continue to do PR in a soundbite guy and tell lie to the people then. People, what me I say to you, if you have a super ministry with all the ministry them and the new one them when create everything under film portfolio. This name is a colossal failure of Jamaica government colossal and the PSOJ. In a combination with PSOJ, big boys them. It's a colossal failure. See? So don't care when I come with a little thing now, would I listen to him and run up and down with him? Same one do about the same thing when do over and spend a bag of money. This coming like when you think we're on the junction and them friend them make more than $1 billion. Then him come back and say it can't fix. So what happened to the people them still live on a junction, the road still are working. But them run out and there is no road. Where you can't fix and slide, that is bullshit. The man them build, if you go looking at Dubai, them use sand and build that out there. Whether the island, whether the palm, whether them use sand and build airport in a Japan. Sand. Because me there, when Marky G got about sand, me Andrew Holness and him have some done so not with him. When them say about sand, yeah, him the see it, and build on, and you never not see there, him carry more much of Jamaica because he want to build a house for sand. Brother, that sand them use and build the thing in Dubai. And airport anything on and pan sand. Then people, you see something, they can't believe it, Him lead a lot of people astray, some dunce people, Him to stop it. Him need to stop it. Continue.
Very confidence in the excellent team on board to get the job done.
We'll do some. So it's an excellent thing. So hold on. Let me ask you something now about your team and your own. This can be like so the excellent team where you have, the whole PSOJ with so them not excellent no more. Because you're very confident and you tell the nation this. I know you come with NARA, brother. I know job never even start, much as we done. Me don't understand this. So if you're the confident, why you then better why you from a super ministry and you're well confident, forget it done. So all people have confidence in you better when you say it's a kind of failure. Oh, the man I run a super ministry, everybody talk to him in the office. Up to the weatherman in the office too, Everything in our office and not get done. So who have confidence in this guy? Clifton, are you have confidence in this guy? Clifton? 56, 30. Michael. Anyone of Michael then? Truly. I want to have confidence in this guy. Leaching disappear. I want to have confidence in this guy. Merlin, you have can't say I have enough confidence in the team I'm having. So you tell me say the team where you have, I have the confidence and them I get the job not done. It don't even start. The job don't even start. See, then nobody have no confidence in you. Who have confidence in Andrew Holness to get job done? 10 years. See, people, see, Andrew, me know you watch and I read, you know. And on my word, don't God just show you, look here.
That as we work together, we create a strong, cohesive, productive, harmonious, and peaceful that is truly the place of choice to live, work, raise families, do business, and retire in paradise. I have every confidence in the excellent team on board to get the job done. I have already seen evidence of what they can accomplish through vision, strategic planning, focus, hard work, and commitment. Together, let's transform Jamaica. So when the Jamaica will transform the people, and them have a confidence, and them see the job them are done, but the job were done. No go you leeching about so them want to take anything from him, them block him. Me not say Adam Stewart none at all. And then me hear the private sector, I say I can't continue to do this the same way. I will play. The private sector, hear what I'm saying? Hold on, let me answer. Hey, well, Anjo, I don't want to you like with the pants stage like yes. But we have to do this and answer you. So I'm saying I have confidence to get the job done, right? Let me hear where the same PSOJ, they must say no, PSOJ. John, let me hear what John said. John, yes, sir. I want to hear what them say. Because they have the confidence. Right? You have the confidence. Let me see, I have to put in my next thumb drive. I have to put in my next thumb drive. Let me say something here. Don't tell me I have to put in my next thumb drive now. All right. Let me say PSOJ. PSOJ. Let me see who there, so I have it in. No, I'm going to put in my next thumb drive. All right, so I'm going to put in my next thumb drive and drop this. Yeah? You have confidence. I'm a tough fact. So what PSOJ, so let me get up something. Come on, play Janice, but I'm going to play.
It's the rich people in the private sector who are paying corruption money. Stop it.
Yeah.
They come to the government, Ministry of Agriculture, and they get permission to import chicken backs. So you know what they do? Let's say the container has 5 skids inside here. I'm just 5 pallets, 6 pallets. The top 2 pallets or so,
of course,
total chicken backs.
Of course, Dennis.
And Kirk can tell you how it works. Knows it's true. Then you get below there, and now the higher priced chicken breasts, chicken legs, all the parts that you make to make.
So you know when I tell me say when Andrew Maggie with the PSOJ guy there, and I'm confident to build, what them I do line them own pocket, not paying the right taxes. He must say it out of female. No. Remember this, me I tell you a long time, say them no good. Remember me tell you this. You see, the same thing when me tell now, them are forced to come say it. They must say, remember I'm a part of the private sector, I'm no good neither, you know. That piece of shit. This, front of me. Yes. He's no good neither. Yeah, man, I have to force them to stop say some things, you know. You're right. Yeah, man, you're right, man. Yeah, man. Hey, Dennis. Yeah, man. Hear this.
The chicken pieces that you get in boxes without bones, all those are in there. And they're paying custom at a very reduced chicken back price. That's illicit trade. And I want to stop.
So PSOJ, when I reach already, when should I lead by example though? When I call the youth, them I make police and go out there and I kill the youth and I call them criminal. When them hungry can't get something, when lion and tiger and them think the hungry them hunt. Snake, if them belly full, anaconda them nah. Them lie down and them belly full them eat and them belly full them good. Cause so them survive. Yeah, but uno have it. This is more than greedy. Uno want it all and uno can't carry it home, you know. You know our home? Around 6'6". Our real home that. See? Uno too greedy, man. This have to stop, man. See? Continue. Hear this.
Experience is something to you guys. Much of that, most of that can't happen unless there is cooperation. And when them accuse the government of being corrupt, and I come from the private sector, I am happy to turn back and look at them and say, who pays the corruption?
So who pays the voter them on have and put them on bus and thing? No, no. So the government not corrupt. And if them people they never corrupt, them money take no pay and do this scam, me say them anger poor people bad. Two poor people can't pay them. So them corrupt. They are corrupt. Yeah. Remember, you know, if a man corrupt and a pay you and you not corrupt, you know, take it, you know. You get paid for do a job. I be a shit them talking. Come on from front of me, you piece of ballad, piece of shit, yo. Move up! One of the germs them that. You have to you have to move them up. Not you, Joan. We have to move them up. Yeah? Me could listen to Andrew Holness as a right as a now. Remember we just move. Remember it's a super ministry the guy around. Yeah, remember me just play this. Me look for my next thumb drive the right so me never put the team. The space full. Me have to move something. But me make a year John Essa. Them attack now all the country can't run same way. After the man come to the 5 in 4, 4 in 5. Yeah? The man say him have an excellent team. And the excellent team will run the biggest set of bank and thing and biggest hotel and them fail. So we are going to take up this guy and believe in him, Narra. This is bullshit. Bullshit. Here you know. Out of female. Here you. We can play this.
Words quickly about NARA because there's a lot of misconceptions. Deliberate misconceptions to choke out NARA. You know, the assumption that somehow the government is trying to create a project that is lacking oversight. Listen, the greatest risk to the government would be for anything untoward to happen under NARA. It is not in the interest of the government to create weak oversight for NARA. It's not in our interest.
Say, brother, so, when you say compare it to the 5 in 4. Compare when in full your brother, stop shooting yourself in your foot, man. I saw you deal with him, you know. People, him build a super ministry. You hear what I'm saying? And the greatest thing, that mean, you know, figure what to NARA, but so what you do to the 5 in 4. You compare this to the 5 in 4 and compare it to the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Make a play, man, make him himself. See that him contradict himself and now. Because the ministry I'm creating, you know, is supersede this, you know. It's a super ministry the guy creating, you know. And yesterday, when I say yes or no, I drop him more. And I realize, where am I do? He might drop him more than I've seen the same ministry where I'm create, with more powerful than NARA by far. Yeah? He might tell you, well, he does him of our confidence in our team and him see excellency and what come out of them and yesterday them fail us. Yeah, when I say yes, sir. That means by him talking this, him put on the 5 in 4 and put on the super ministry. Hear this.
Just a few words quickly about NARA because there's a lot of misconceptions. Deliberate misconceptions to choke out NARA. You know, the assumption that somehow the government is trying to create a project that is lacking oversight. Listen, the greatest risk to the government would be for anything untoward to happen under NARA. It is not.
So, untoward happen under the super ministry, brother. Why is it that? What's the name? What's the auditor general come out? I mean, look, 800 million right now under the one that up there. So you have how much million under every ministry. In a few ministry, 12 billion. We don't know what it's spent. Same as the greatest work towards and NARA when I start and we see the corruption around there. You see, I shoot himself 9 foot. Where am I say? Where really I said to it? Because you have to draw, you know, you have to compare it to where them come with, you know, and the feel of them, you know. The government feel already. Eh? Where my talk, you say he must shoot himself 9 foot. He must shoot himself in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. And the 5 in 4, everything where I'm talking about drop out on that, and I him create it. He might tell you how him feel. Yeah, man. You understand? Yes, and he might tell him failure. Everything where I'm talking, I say I tell him failure. Eh? Hear this. But you can continue listening and listen failure. Yes, man.
In the interest of the government to create weak oversight for NARA. It's not in our.
You hear this? Weak oversight for NARA. So your super ministry have weak oversight because me sure me say the Auditor General run out. Right now we don't know the 521 million gone. You see what the man do? He must shoot himself in 9 foot. And what I'm doing now, when him come and them have failure, them just create a name and put it out. So him can't come back to you and say 5 in 4, no everybody have a cuss and say, go away with that. Him can't come and say, well, we fail the people them. When them come back, him call a next name and then I pluck it in pan you. This is what this guy do. Just notice some work, man, nothing go on for 10 years. Nothing. Be a garbage. You see it? Continue.
Interest. And even if it were in our interest, I wouldn't do it. Secondly, the other great.
What I mean by even if it were in our interest, I wouldn't do it. Yo, brother, the man that shoot himself 9 foot all over the place, you know. Say, no, I'm interested for you, but even if it were in our interest, I wouldn't do it. Eh? You hear this? Yes. Yeah, no, but you can appeal to some people when you feel in a super ministry. It don't make no sense. It's like somebody go out there up on a big scale and him have all the private sector back in 100% and then fail the country miserably. And that me I talk about. If you fail the country like that, where you come with this to and try to trick the people them again. Eh? Him not know him a convince himself that well Jaja. This sound like him a convince anybody. Or him to convince somebody. Uncle idiot and dunce alone him can convince. Who no love the country, them love party and put part. Remember, them not patriotic. Because a patriotic person, I could have your twin, and you're born in our country, don't make him destroy the country and chat shit. That may put party over country. You can how you say put how you come and talk about Jamaica? No, a party you put over country. Yeah? You forgot to go on to enough of them for charge for treason, yeah? Yes. Continue.
Threat to NARA would be for it to become mired in weak, overbearing bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And therefore, we knew there would be a battle because there are some people who are quite aware that if NARA is successful, it would be a great thing for the country.
Some happened to the 5 in 4 when they're successful. What happened to your super ministry? You see him shoot himself 9 foot. Him just show you say him a failure again. You answer? If NARA, that means this is an experiment him run. You supposed to have a plan and you know it 100% prove it going to work. You come with a super ministry, you tell me the red tape and everything it will work, but him fail. You understand? Him fail. And him go show you say them is a failure on them super ministry and them 4 in 5. Eh? If you not show yourself, just in speech alone is a failure, you know. So it's an experiment this. So him not know if it's going to work. I remember not when put out the work, you know. A garbage I'm talking, remember, you know. You see, we are builder too, you know, real builder. You know, and then we crunch numbers. See? And even when you crunch numbers, remember numbers come with figures and everything too, you know. Whether in a to build the place or whether it's add up to whether it's equal. It come like, oh, them get up and then build the plaza up on Morant Bay. And they have the waste, the ocean wide waste, run out and then attack the PMP and talk post a similar and talk about them that bill I think over there for go do film and people from Hollywood did that come and it not get up. Remember the people them did last election, right? And them come with this same thing. Yeah, man. No, man, me hear sharp, Cliff. Me hear everything, man. Yeah, you have to be a keen listener, brother. Nothing past me. See? And them try to condemn. And then them call. Remember, you know, we know, say, you know, our people money that are built up there, so investors. But, you know, them call him the builder because they might use it in an election. The same PSOJ may help him. We fail the people there, right? Them same one. And him one go up there and Charles daughter this Fenton Ferguson up on stage. And him turn and tell the people them say, listen, when this and now, it a feel where you raise family and live in a paradise and work and this and tell them this. And them not sit down and really take this and take the handout and not realize one thing. Him have a court over there. And him have a holding cell. So none of them are go over there, of course. When the police will them out when yes, the courthouse at work, you will go over there. None of them don't realize that now open for now. Me tell you it's a white elephant. Over 1 year, him launched 1 year. It's a failure by itself. No, for pay the rent, them not build nothing over there. You will never get over there for not 200,000 and 300,000 for rent. In the millions. And then when you add up, if you know numbers, if me go up there and get one and rent a little shop, me have to build out the space. So it cost a couple more million. Me have to build it out. Me just get the shell. Then never employ a couple of people for work. But me have to tell them, turn now and pay them maybe the cheapest one little store, maybe 1.5 or 2 million per month. If me have to sell the clothes. But remember the people that I sent to my staff no money already. They want to buy my clothes. So that I just make me, but this are just simple mathematics. That's what I tell you says a white elephant. If me ever sell clothes and me rent that up there, so there is no way me can pay them 1.5 or 2 million per month. Pay the people that work with me. I remember Uncle where me make back their money with the clothes when me I sell, so I have to mark up the clothes. Everything. Yeah, for me, make back money and make a profit and things from market. So if me for buy a pants, you for come buy a pants in my store. The people them have the work already, you know. Them have the meaningful job. Some of them are just because us stand and plan because thing. So if you up in a store and me, the pants I sell downtown for you can get a pants for 1,000 or 2 grand. Me have to sell it for 50 grand. Yeah? Who in a center mass can buy a pants for 50 grand? And a shirt. But them can't go spend a them pay a little bus fee and go with them 5 grand and then get pants and shirt and get little food with it and come back. I will not sell. So me just continue to pay the rent and pay people talk about me even faster. Yeah. That told me now, Papa. Them urban thing when I talk about them plaza, it will not work. Then and Hollywood you build that. And the rent alone, it tell you how you gotta sell your things there. So that is a failure. So when me hear, you know, Ocean wide, them again run up and me I say, yo, you know, so them don't know about figures good do. Them are classes. And then people don't realize that them are the customer who go over there to buy. Too much I want to can go work over there. And most time people have them workers. So that can be a white elephant for a long time. Yeah. Yeah. Him trick the people them who know about church can and them place. I want to get work yet. Who now work and send kids to school and live in a paradise like we just last year. It open yet. Yeah? Even the Kentucky we up there now. It'll take all the money. You could buy a piece of yard bag, go buy the chicken, yes. But you could buy a whole lot of chicken and cook if you don't have the money. 1 and 2 of them who can go buy. See? So you take all the money. You don't make anything out of it, you just eat. Look at chicken and that's it. Eh? You understand why it can't open? Because this was a trick. Bad calculation. Yeah, it was bad calculation. See, for you build an urban, well, it's a plaza, that now gonna make Center Mass turn first world. You must be drinking mad puss piss. I'll be a garbage and you only start out time out. It don't make no sense. You have to be a critical thinker and think when them come and do plugins. Me not work with plugins, but we work with reality. Yeah? Yeah. You see me I talk about? All right, continue.
Let me leave it at that. So we knew that there would be those who would contrive to somehow color it bad before it has even started.
Yeah, there. When come with me, no know him defend. You can color something bad before it starts. That means he never show set of work. It cannot work. If you have a super ministry and it fail, where you go with this? You don't need nothing else, you know. All the man need for do sit down, run him desk in a super ministry and say, no, make up put out some work. You don't need to put no more entity there. You so they put entity there, let me tell you what I'm doing. You go find some friend when I know no building work. Them are not nothing. Just some friend and some loyalists and give them job. And that's not alone them are doing, you know. Straight failure. Make one look who I put as CEO and looking at background.
NARA is an executing agency. That's what it is.
Yeah, no.
I don't want it to become involved in all the self-serving activities of the public bureaucracy.
So it's an execute. You see it? Him are the executive, you know, but him are the executing agency. And here when I come with now, he must say something different. I'm going to play a big dirty thinking water after this and you hear something different again out of them mouth. They say them fool your fart. Continue.
All it will be doing is, first of all, developing a register of projects that meet the criteria for reconstruction.
So all you say is that yes, and because wait I don't know, 7 months. You are register now, you know, something when meet construction. You hear this now? Yeah, why him say that I start. Maybe better come from 3 months, you know. Yeah? Hear this. Hear this.
Resilience building, coordination of economic activity.
Economic.
So if NARA is doing an infrastructure project and there was a housing project laying down somewhere in a municipal authority somewhere, or some developer had this project and just wasn't doing it, then if we're building the infrastructure, if we're putting in the road and bringing in the water and so forth, and right beside it there were lands there that could be developed, then why not bring them in, crowd them in at the same time?
But if you crowd somebody in, if a developer a bill, maybe him not have the money. Remember him at the developer and a government. Or you can bring him in and you say him have the project there and they're not doing nothing. Or you can bring him in. You can't make him come in. That again don't make no sense. If me a bill, ask him to go sell some house, and for what reason we stop and take a break, and Narra said them a build some water and do what? Or you can bring me in or something when me take a break. For me not have no more money to finish my project yet. Remember a private entity. Or you can bring me in. It's a failure again. You hear them just like a while. So if you have a developer and them have some project lying down, and them have been, put in water, so you bring me in. So who you tell us I want to come in? Remember, I build my project already, you know. That means I have my whole of my permit them already. I don't really need NARA, you know. Come I couldn't build. I've been lying down, lying down, and you bring me in. Bring me on. Oh. For me not ready for bill yet. For me not raise the capital fee for bill yet. If you have the land and thing, you bring me in. Can I have to raise capital too, you know? You see it? So you have more questions for you ask this guy. When my talk is bullshit. Continue.
If a private individual had a project that fit the resilience, the reconstruction, the economic criteria, bring them in, put them on a fast track.
So me have a project and you fit and bring it in and put it on fast track. So now we never really have a plan. Me tell you it's an experiment. You never really have a plan. So I tell you if. This now have nothing to do with the hurricane, you know. Yeah. If you have a project and it lie down there and for bring it in, or if a developer who are private and you have a thing, bring it in and put it on a fast track. But thinking that project already when I'm lying out. Super ministry. You hear what I say now? You hear what I say? If you play water when I'm valid, He must have something different, you know, them not speaking in unison. This is garbage. This is a way for them to make money. Listen again, continue.
Point them in the right direction, coordinate with the infrastructure. That gives you the economic synergy.
What do you mean by coordinate with the infrastructure? Infrastructure. When my talk no make no sense. No sense. Put them for infrastructure and coordinate with infrastructure. This have nothing to do with the hurricane. Them come with. It does come with something else because it was a fear and I'm super ministry. 100% failure. Continue.
That's the idea. So that's the first thing that they will be doing. And that's going to be pretty intensive.
Come back. That's an idea. The idea is the idea. And I'm not with them have solid. Them just come up in them brain. But you see my brain, the fact is that my brain calculates things very fast. I come crunch numbers. And I can't tell you say this not work. And just watch if it not work. Not work. Like urban thing. See a poor country like that, and you go in some rural and I build some urban where you call urban. Remember enough people money I got tie up. Because there is no way even can you have to watch. You have to watch. You have to watch the people them live around. Close surrounding and everything. And with them that spend the money. The fairer, they rather go out town and thing. And if them live close and when you look the thing them too expensive, them cannot buy it, them go town same way. So that you see that it'll be a white elephant for a very long time, like the white elephant of a St. Thomas. See, people just start up the money, them going up the bird book gone in a Portland, it don't make no sense neither. Can't make no sense. And there is no way people cannot build for billions and then I rent a place for like 100,000, 200,000. So you know, gonna have the opportunity of go sell things and you go rent some shop and things. It's a failure. Them put up these things and they're a white elephant for a long time. And the longer it the people money tie up. Tie up! And then you idiot. Continue.
Structure. That gives you the economic synergy.
Yeah.
That's the idea. So that's the first thing that they will be doing. And that's going to be pretty intensive in, first of all, going around the country, explaining the projects that the government will be doing, getting public feedback, giving the public information.
So, I think it was a ASAP something. So now you want to go around the country and get public feedback and tell the government where you do. You just tell where you do and you want to go around. That cost millions of dollars again. Waste of money. If you just travel up and down the country, right around the country and stop and set up, stage this, that. Is the next money that they might eat. And this is the way they make money. Them and them friends. They might get some contract for go do that. Because you have your place to go talk where you can stop or who you can stop or you rent a place to go talk, you know. Invite people and set up these things. So the first thing, nothing in a year, you go around the country with one bag of foolishness. You understand? Continue. This don't make no sense now. Continue.
And there will be a kind of investor roadshow. We have set the bar to be 15 million US dollars, which is about what, a billion Jamaican dollars, somewhere there.
15 million US, brother. That me tell you some no numbers. 10 million, 160, 1.6 billion. 5 million and a half at 10. 800 million. Add it, 1.4. Even if you put it at 1, I'd say 150 to 1 US. Right now, $150 to a US. Yeah? You add that, you got 1.5 and then your boss, the 1.5 there, you get 750 million. And you add it 2.25 billion. Inside 1 billion. That's why I get so much thing wrong in figures, them wrong all the time. And in figures, it's way out. If they say, well, 2 billion, we up in that, and make you say, well, if they claim say 1 billion, something there. So 1.4 billion out, or 1. You know, too much billion out. See? When I come in now work, be a garbage matter. Him just hang up on time and I give people things for all on pan. You see, you take something else and burn the next thing and come with it. You can't run something and every time you come with something new. It can't work. If you have some mechanical work on your vehicle, you know, and when you look, you take some little junior one and put on it and put in a charge and go do it. You're not going to move. And maybe you crash. See, use the same senior people, them and continue to work and do the work and try to get it done. Try to get it perfect. But every minute them come and create new thing, now work. Bullshit. Continue.
About of investment. If you come on board with that,
if you come
we can move you forward and let's move together in a coordinated way.
So if you come on board with that, the 15 million US, you know you come on board. So I look investor, brother, him shoot himself again and I'm fourth. Andrew, you did have all investor in a 5 in fucking 4 the other day. Couple years ago, we run out with 5 in 4 and super. You have every one of these investors, them run away from you. No, you have to talk about come on board. The people that want to eat that, why they never stay on board in the first place? Why they never stay? It make any sense to the people? No, tell me if this makes sense. Patrick, yeah, watch this. It make any sense to you, sir? Eh? Him have every single one of them on board when them come out on 5 in 4. Him have super ministry. And them take bush. If destroy the place. No, you come back and tell them about if them come on board, they put them on board. When you have them on board and them willing, the whole of them are bound to them thing mash up. No, you ask them to come back on board. Will they come on board? Eh? Continue.
That's the idea. So this notion about lack of transparency and nobody will be consulted, why start there? Why take a negative view as if we want the...
Yeah, you know, why take a negative view? Why you know say negative? You know why start there? Then you have to watch taxpayers' money. Or you gotta stop, or you gotta listen him shoot himself again and shoot. Tough time start from 2 billion. How much money them reach now? The hospital finish? 10 years. It finish? Him start the one up there, so I reach 500 million. I wouldn't know the money they spend. Flight green down there, so see the rather now 800 million. I wouldn't know that gone. Film office 12 billion. We don't know where it gone. And you can't go right. When I say negative, where I talk to people, where I say? Eh? Every minute you say, remember, you know, you have Mama Cow too, you know. Every minute you see something else wrong with them people there, you know. Cannot be justice. Mama Cow, she sit on that speaker and she take money. It's a thief money. She buy the car, she get 2.1 million there, so recession, thing there, waiver. And then she go and collect 1.6 million. And when she collect the money there, she said she never drive the car, then she never have it, then she don't know who and how long. And then convict car. And right now, she a junior minister in the same justice department for convict car. So if you trust them people there. You understand? Of course. So hear this.
Thing to fail before it has even started.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being constructively critical, but there's everything wrong with being deceptively critical.
Why am I talking? Make no sense. Because you are talking and constructive and everything wrong to be deceptive. Who deception? Who deal with deception are him and him crew. Him and him crew alone deal with deceptionness. You understand? Yeah.
So the project can't be successful without consultation.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd be setting up a roadblock for ourselves. We said we're going to do this. And we just went ahead and then people started to block the road and demonstrate and say you didn't come to us. We know this. So there has to be a process of moving around, consulting the communities. And by the way, when you get on the ground, all of what you hear circulating, the people on the ground, no business with that. They want to know, you came to me, you tell me when my road is going to be built, when my house is going to be relocated, when this is going to be happening.
People, be careful of that. You hear when they say look a while too now? You hear when they say look a while? You don't hear when they say I play it back. You hear when they say look a while? You say on the ground no business. When him come there, only just want to know when your road are built and when your house are relocated. Only for watch on yourself. And you land that, you know. But your grandmother who the party when they say quiet, only never hear it. Remember play it back for them. Yeah, you have to be careful. Hear this.
They want to know, you came to me, You tell me when my road is going to be built, when my house is going to be relocated, when this is going to be happening. People want results.
When your house or your house waiting on this are relocate. Eh? You have to be careful, you have to listen good here. I'm going to tell you, government have no money neither, different from them. You hear this? Crystal, you hear it? Ain't nothing no pass me, you know. So my plan phone here. In my plan phone. Make we hear him yes, sir. No, make we hear that. Make we hear what ag. We don't want to play, but you hear what Andrea say yes, sir. Make we hear what ag before them passes when that say. You hear that little dirty thinking when I be it. Hear this. Hear it.
On the reconstruction of Jamaica to secure our resurgence. And we're saying, Jordan, as a government, that the scale, scope, and sheer magnitude of this massive proposition and this massive undertaking before us cannot really be done in an expeditious and efficient way with the existing apparatus that we have, particularly having regard to the unwieldy bureaucracy that the government has to navigate.
So this drunkoya, this nastiness, you know, come and talk about scale and magnitude. Them have money, what kind of scale and magnitude? Mr. Them said that them have economic growth and job creation. All of the ministry, super ministry, have all of the PSOJ boy them with him. And then fail Jamaica. This piece of shit I love run out and with them you can ask yourself, him to go away. Him to go beard. Yes, about the drunker you have to go beard. Him is a germs. And I be a garbage him done straight, you know. Me and all the way, hey. You know me not like him. I don't know that, right? Piece of shit come over here, come right, but eat right. Me don't know him don't know how we might talk to, you know. Him don't know how we might talk to. Yeah, I mean and him. Him better when him hear me there at east, him stay fucking west. Him that piece of shit. Me can't promise him that. And that name threat. Him a shit. Yeah? There's a police force and them shut the him about when it's drunk or you go. When I be it. Eh? We are think up in the house. That piece of shit here. Continue.
And of course, procurement-related challenges in addition to other dynamics that serve really as a constraint to expeditious, timely, and of course.
Come in front of me, a big dirty thinking self. Go on, man. So come and talk the same thing when Andrew attacked how much years ago. And Andrew did government 10 years. And you tell me, say, no move, no come and attack one bag of bullshit same way. That make any sense to you? It make any sense to you? Let me show you Andrew Fufu. I can play Sir Mark Golden. Because Uncle Mark Golden alone has to make sense as well. So let me play this again. Yes, so with a guy here. Because it don't make no sense.
Used to be a concern about centralization is a term used. That NARA seems to centralize power and authority in, sometimes the criticism is centralizes it in the CEO or centralizes it in the minister.
So brother, but you know where you want more centralized. You have to tell the people them to eat that. Because you have a Ebola, this guy have a super ministry. Super ministry. Remember I'm having an economic growth and job creation and one thing, him tell them, you know, I just growth and job creation, you know. And then you do everything, build this, do, and in some cut red tape, he might do everything. He have this guy, he have every one of them in a PSOJ in the back. When you look, the man them have to run away. The man them have to run away. None of them that like it's crap. It's a failure. So you I remember I'm saying my 50 agency. No, where him have? Where him have? So each time him come and him flap, he come back and just rename something. An agency just put a name on it and then come like him and do something. I look argument and chatting and then them look down stem around him. You know, PMP wants to fuck off the whole of you. You're just a fucking fool. You can't make one guy come with a, him have sense? In a P-brain. You make one guy come and a twist on and a turn on. Hey, you come in like them a close pin to you know, I follow him, you know. You squeeze them and them foot open and that them like, big mama them like. The one them a follow him. Nobody can fool so. None. You understand? Sensible people no follow by Andrew say. You might feel there. The super ministry where you farm, feel the people them. Feel them. If you go away, continue.
In the executive model, it is a deliberate strategy. The whole idea was that the diffusion of the responsibility is what caused the lack of performance. Because you can't point on anyone to
stop! Or him saying perform. If, hey, when you listen him, I shoot himself in football in government, you know. You hear him say, look a while, me not tell you, say they never perform. You hear when they say, the lack of performance. But yesterday, they go out and talk about achievements. Because them not perform, them lack of performance. You hear when they say, look a while, what cause it? You have to listen to him. Because if you perform, you don't need to do what you even say what you say, brother.
Was that the diffusion of the responsibility is what caused the lack of performance. Because you can't.
So it cause the working of the food, and it cause Beryllium gone up to 20 billion and it's not done yet. From 2016. It cause you road them to build back and all kind of little things. Eh? Be sure not it. It cause the hospital them for running like this. Them have minister, a guide over it, and them have the bureaucrats them work. One just cannot run a country. So I look something for blame when them destroy the country. And it turned Jamaica in a coke boat. You sure not neither? You see it? Continue.
Point on anyone to say you are responsible.
Yeah, there.
And so when Dr. Davies, Dr. Carter,
don't him tell us at the box, listen, when I talk about bullshit, let me tell you this. Any ministry in the box stop with the minister. Any ministry. And it go right down. The police force the box stop with him. And then if you break it down, if I who send them out there, the box it stop with the guy there. You know? So it stop with them too, but it stop with the guy there, go to. So you can't go tell about pint and what have you. You feel run something, you are the manager for this. You have your manager to try the box stop with you. So you know if the action if you take away because when I talk is bullshit. Bullshit. And it have all check and balances there. When this guy attack is bullshit. Me tell the same talk to, it's like in feed some attack to some grade 1 done said people like who follow him, like everybody and them are the same thing. Eh? That him feel. Continue.
and Davies crafted it. The rationale was to ensure that
Send us call out the man name who craft this. Eh? If just call out the man name who craft this. All right, continue.
responsibility is not diffused. That there is one focal point for which accountability can be effective.
Then brother, then are you that was not the super ministry, everybody report to him. No, him have that. So it will have chairman and a 5 and 4, you know, and him get rid of that. No, I'm not get rid of that, them run. It failed the people, them 5 and 4. Economic growth and job creation of one task. To create the job, them and fix the place and grow the economy. Him said that was the task. Cut red tape and do everything, bureaucracy. So you come back with something that talk about red tape again and bureaucracy. It make any sense, Bolo? It don't make no sense. This guy is garbage. Continue.
That was the idea. And I would want Jamaicans to appreciate that your government is very sensitive to any concentration, any centralization that may lead to unregulated, unwieldy executive power. That's not our intention.
Brother, him just have that in a Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation. That means I tell us them must have failed. Him and the PSO them put up 5 and 4. Them fail us. Them fail the country. Every time him talk now I go on like this or something him just come with. When them have a super ministry. Remember all of the ministry them have to, you know, and 50 agency. And him couldn't do it. Now I'm come with the next to eat that thing. I just robbing money. Go around and tricking the people then. Eh? Continue.
But at the same time, Jamaica is in a different phase of its development.
It is.
And we can claim to be in a different phase of our development because we have gone through a phase of our development where we haven't really analyzed it yet. In the sense, Madam Speaker, that our accountability, our anti-corruption and oversight framework is probably the most robust in the Caribbean.
What must say? And that body I talk about the most robust anti this and that. No, you only get rid of too much shell company, brother. Blame matter bullshit. It don't go work for some people. This is bullshit where matter. Who don't know what's bullshit matter? Anti-corruption more D-boss. When them are thief too much cocaine. When you have to just dismantle CTAC. Let me answer him in a real time. CTAC are deal with anti-corruption, this and that, and yes, still them are the biggest thief. Them thief the most cocaine. Them sell cocaine till them look bad when I start standing and the big boy, then them get wet. Them just buy America, never know them put back paste with flour. But are the most we bust in the Caribbean, they're the most criminal in the Caribbean. So yeah, so we don't know what's a bullshit attack, right? We not asking. This one does a bullshit. Yeah? You understand? It's bullshit. You could have the anti-corruption body them when you look. Them a thief out one bag of cocaine, you have to dismantle it front of your eye just the other day. And you say, and by the way, if Jamaica was a place where you have honest, you have the government and it's honest, and we never have to have so much red tape and so much thing. They have to watch themselves the way they thief, and you can't get up people thief. That ever put in so much thing for us guard the liquor purse and liquor thing, them the way them thief and them are criminal. Eh? It's bad. It's bad. So them and then look at dirty touches ways. Hey, we start have clean people with morals to represent the country. And look how the country are built. Vote for clean people, not because some clean people, but not some people who are general and do them things like I can do on this step. Clean people. Continue.
We spend billions of dollars. When you look at, so if you look at our oversight capabilities and what we have built, we have let's start with the Auditor General.
You better flap it, yes. Auditor General.
Enshrined in our Constitution, high functioning.
And when the Auditor General find people, be a corruption. Right now, when she talk about him say about some sense and what have you, this is too bad. The Auditor General should have go in and find everything, you know, spec, introspect, clean, nice, everything I run right. But she have to go in every minute when you look at be a criminality in our government. And he might talk about the Auditor General. He might put an emphasis on the Auditor General, but not on the IC. But all in, remember, I'm not declare no, continue.
Nothing is exempt.
Yeah.
And the Auditor General has moved from doing post audits to doing real-time audits.
Yeah.
They have moved from doing accounting audits to doing performance-based audits.
Yeah. But you're not getting a performance for money. That's why you have UA. And that's why you have the other thing. That's why you have FEMA fees. So if you have the performance-based audits and it turn up with a bag of bangarang. Real time. Continue. Hear this now.
We have the Integrity Commission.
No more word.
We have the Corruption Prevention Act.
So all you slide over Integrity Commission. When you never deliberate something upon it, and you know, and them all and who don't pay and this way. Him slide over this. What him talk about the Auditor General? You know, see him slide over it. Uncle, when you're guilty, you slide over something like this. You just force to call the name and slide because you want to call the name. Me not tell the same can't go around, my man. You hear him slide over IC. Eh? In that tell you, because some when them investigate and them not ramp and them this. In the slide. Continue. I remember, you know, people like Andrew Holness, we have to do all of these things, you know. We never have to have so much body, you know. Yeah, I told them a criminal in there. We never have to have so much body. So it does save us money if them we just have some honest politician. You couldn't look at Michael Mann and say him take 1 cent, you know. Them say him dead poor. Say him dead poor. Eh? You couldn't say 1 cent missing. You can't say it to this administration. Neither Sierra, neither Bruce.
Which defines in a very comprehensive way corruption and as an entity to prosecute it. Outside of that, we have MOCA, not a part of the IC framework, but acts in that way on specific major organized corruption activity. Then we have the PAAC. Bear in mind that the PAAC is maybe it's 20 years old now, about 20, maybe 20, yeah. I brought the resolution to this house to reinstate the PAAC.
So it's been a long time. So
and it has been very effective. And was reformed to be the oversight of Parliament of the economic program of the fiscal rules. Our budget now must go through the PAAC. There is no entity of government that can escape the oversight of the PAAC, and that body is chaired by the opposition and must continue to be chaired by the opposition. It is important.
So at the opposition, they have a fight to get to chair this. Remember? Number 14, none of them don't want yet. So the opposition have a fight and say no. Because them didn't want to cheer it. So no, and it's important. You see, him shot himself in the foot all the time. Continue.
That it is chaired by the opposition. So the oversight function of the government apparatus is significant. So when I spoke earlier about ensuring that legislation is efficient, you can't come back here now and then legislate a new framework separate and apart from the framework that is already legislated. We have a...
So if you have a framework, you have the super thing, then you have the one of these things. Why you come back with the next thing like this? Would that make sense? And then him explain it and it still not make no sense.
Strong framework. Let the framework for oversight work.
You hear this?
Every day. Listen, the persons who are advocates for anti-corruption, they must continue to push.
You hear this?
You can't ease up because you don't want government to become relaxed.
You hear this?
But the parliament has to be careful that it does not smother and suffocate the...
I'm going to pillar it now. You know, I'm going to does not smother and so you know, when you pillar, let me just use him word in a simple term. So you must say pillar you. You know, them pillar you, you know, to suffocate you, you know. And smother you and suffocate. You hear this? Eh? You hear this? All right, continue.
The effectiveness of the public bureaucracy.
Get it?
By an overlaying of procedures that have no relevance to outcomes.
So you done 10 years and you don't know this. You don't say you move forward, then you come with the next one. You say you have 50 agency and your thing, and now you go on to 51. It make any sense? I'll be a garbage in talking, Mikey. Continue.
So we have gone through this phase in our development where we have been highly focused on anti-corruption. We must continue, but we are now going into a different phase where we have to ensure that our bureaucracy is efficient.
Yeah.
It is not a wiping away or an undermining or a dismissing of the anti-corruption frameworks. No, it is. We will continue to push that and continue to spend the billions of dollars on it. But democracy must deliver prosperity.
So, brother, we think prosperity deliver by this. So you could have a prime minister 1 decade And you say that must deliver, that means prosperity not deliver yet. You have to listen to them, you know. Remember the Jamaica gone back way, you know. I'm telling you these things. Yeah, when that's the command, must deliver, they must deliver prosperity. There is no prosperity. And that's the truth. You know, when you're having like this attack, then you hear something jump out and when you know, come here and say, oh, then why you continue to tell the people them like, get off fast, get off fast. Make I, before I play the last thing with you, make I play a Mark Golden right here. Make I play a Mark Golden. Let me just see where some Golden I say also.
The major housing agency of the country, the National Housing Trust of Capital, taking it out, weakening it financially, when there's this tremendous job to be done in restoring the housing stock of the country. That is what I think is the way it should be looked at. Leave resources in the NHT so it can be purposed to deal with the problem that our country is facing at this time. Don't deplete it of resources so that you can pay housekeeping expenses of central government.
Yeah, well, understand, man. So now take out the money for pay housekeeping, for pay salary and all kind of things with people money. Jamaica block, you know. He said when I run up and down and attack, can you imagine him live on AHC from 2016 till now? This bad. Continue.
Something we've been committed to for some time, there, and it's something that we said we had to find other ways that we could achieve this, because we think it's, in principle, this whole extraction of resources was supposed to last 4 years when it was first implemented, and it has now lasted 12 years. And the government has announced in the throne speech they're going to be doing it for 5 more years. I mean, the amount of resources taken out of the Housing Trust when we have this crisis, really, of inadequate, affordable houses, on top of the Melissa damage, it really doesn't make sense to us.
Yeah, on top of that damage, so much
Contribution in the debate on the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority Bill 2026 that was tabled by the Prime Minister. That was withdrawn last week, Tuesday. Madam Speaker, the opposition recognizes the need for special efforts to contribute to the reconstruction of Jamaica, especially after the terrible damage inflicted on our country by Hurricane Melissa. We are painfully aware that Jamaicans continue to suffer from inadequate shelter, damaged housing. We are aware that the roofs program has been ruled out, funded out of the budget of 25-26, the $10 billion allocation. But NARA is not about providing solutions to the present needs of those people who are suffering. NARA is really a revamped attempt to inject higher levels of growth into the economy of Jamaica. That is primarily what it is about. If you actually look at the bill, other than the preamble, which does not become a permanent part of the legislation, there is no reference in the bill to Melissa or to any hurricane. Jamaica has been categorized by low levels, very low levels of real economic growth over the past decade. And despite promises like 5 in 4, which were spectacular failures, where 5% real GDP growth was to have been achieved after 4 years, nothing like that was achieved. We've had periods of negative economic growth because of shocks to the economy and so on, but there's been no structural shift in the design of our economy that would enable our economy to deliver high levels of growth.
100%. And you see the 5 in 4, but I know that's the 5 in 4 when him go and get the one of them with, you know. Him come with 5 in 4, but him come with a super ministry too. Him come with the super ministry. He's a failure. He's a failure. Hear this.
Greetings. Today I want to talk a bit more about the National Housing Trust. I did a video a couple of weeks ago celebrating the fact that this year is the 50th anniversary of the National Housing Trust, an institution started in 1976 by then Prime Minister Michael Manley, and that institution which has had a transformational impact on the housing situation in Jamaica over the years since then. Now, in 2013, when the PNP government had just come into office, we faced a situation where the debt of the country was completely out of control. We'd inherited that from Bruce Golding, his regime, who had entered into an IMF agreement. You remember they had to abandon it. They weren't performing any of the commitments under it. And we had to bring things back under control and get the debt down. And we got advice, independent professional financial advice, that said that if we did this for 4 years, it wouldn't impact adversely the NHT's performance of its mandate. And the decision was taken to help to get Jamaica back on its feet at a critical time by this 4-year commitment. And the law was amended to allow that. At the time, Andrew Holness spoke against it. He's on record, I believe, on TV saying that if he was Prime Minister, he would ensure that the resources of the trust were only used for the purposes for which they were funded there, and so on.
That in principle, you believe that NHT funds should be ring-fenced to be used for NHT contributors?
It should be ring-fenced to use for the objects and purposes of the legislation, yes.
So let's just say the court ruling goes either way. Let's say there is a court ruling that says, no, actually, the government can use it for whatever it wants. You have your belief in principle. Does that mean that as Prime Minister, you would then follow through on those principles?
Yes, my
either
principles
amend the law if necessary,
yes,
and ensure, in fact, that the dipping into the piggy bank doesn't occur.
And I tell you why.
That's a commitment?
It stands as a commitment. And I tell you why. There is a point of view that all public funds should be pooled, whether they are in trusts or that, you know, having the public sector funds fragmented in this way doesn't help the central government. But then there is also another view that there are some funds that belong to account holders, funds like pension, funds like the NHD, and those funds ought to be totally excluded because technically they are the private property of contributors.
Well, since then, 10 years.
So here what I'm telling you so. And it's a commitment. And the man, that's why you can't believe in Andrew Holness. You see this? Continue. Continue. Yes. 10 years.
The government has each year taken another $11.4 billion out of the National Housing Trust. They passed amendments to the NHT Act twice to allow them to do that.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how disappointing it is to hear yesterday when they tabled the revenue measures that they plan to extend that for a further 5 years, take $11.4 billion a year out of the National Housing Trust for 5 more years. That's $57 billion on top of the $114 billion that they've already taken out of the NHT over the last 10 years. Now I have to ask you, doesn't Jamaica have a critical problem with affordable housing? Aren't Jamaican people, especially young people, struggling to find a way of acquiring their own home? The NHT is the vehicle that should be doing that. But when you keep taking the money out of it in such large amounts, you can't fulfill that mandate. And it's not fulfilling that mandate. And that is why in the PNP's manifesto in the last general elections, we committed to stopping that. We would no longer take the money out of the trust to fund the budget, which is what they've been doing, and which they're committing to do another 5 years. And they're going to have to pass legislation, implement that. So we're very disappointed by that. And we think it doesn't make sense anyway, even if you were going to do it for 1 more year, because of the problems due to Melissa and trying to work out how to fund the budget, that would have been bad.
Try to work out how to fund the budget. Jamaica broke. Can't follow the guy and do too much PR and do this. So you see, so Mark wouldn't come and talk to people straight like this. We rather listen to him. And if you be more truthful and everything, you can't come and say you ring fence something and it's a commitment and you break everything where commitment in break. Everything. Yeah? Can't follow him. And then him come and try to treat the people them like them are idiot.
They're not so bad. But to say now that you're going to spend it for 5 more years, when housing is such a problem in the country? What about the 40,000 people who lost their homes in Melissa? The NHT should be playing a much bigger role in getting them back on their feet in new housing. And the 90,000 additional people who had severe damage to their roofs and so on. Why are you depleting the NHT of resources as an agency set up for dealing with situations to do with housing? Put it into the general part of the budget where it was spent on wages and salaries and what have you. So we don't support this, and I certainly am very disappointed that they are coming with it. And, I'm going to try my best to persuade them to think again, because there's no way we can support 5 more years of taking the resources of this level out of the National Housing Trust, especially in its 50th anniversary year. Of course, I'm aware that the revenue measures include a large tax component as well, and I will be making comments on that at a future time.
What you mean? Yeah. This is the man when I go around and I tell people, say them never raise your 10 years. That was a lie. And you know a lie, But he might tell a lie to you, although we have the world through front of us. I have the pink piece right there, front of me. Can't show them. I have the video when I had the shower in the house. I'm going to look it up, it's there. But this, when you have people like that, them dry face like this, them cannot be trusted. The man destroy the country. Chatting bullshit. Them things hurt me, That's why I sit down when I have my thing for do a artist call me. I'm for do some studio work, I do some things. Me I say, well, man, me soon done. Them thing I keep way up. Them thing because he might take the people them feed that. A good thing have people like we around here for all them, accountable. Him did say it. Let me show you all the man of chat full team. Let me play one more thing, because I see my time I run out. Let me play one more thing.
Airports sit adjacent to the sea, and we are vulnerable to storm surges and the long-term effects of sea level rise.
Yeah, they look a full talk what Andrew come with. Him just get up and just get something and then I feel like a garbage. Hear this now. Because I'm talk about the 2 airports and storm surges and NARA to sea. Right? Some people are got up and say, yeah, but we need to see. You think you come with something and go down and give me a bit. Go down there, so. Yeah? Where 3 are drop down the road, mash up and all kind of little things, it would go airplane and come. This is bullshit. Yeah? It's a bit clear when you're done. Clear them, place them more than anything else. And that can be an matter about cargo, not passenger thing. Yeah? Hear this. Garbage I'm talking about because they want more court port. Garbage. Hear this.
When Melissa struck, the operational pressure on both facilities was immense. The question that we must answer honestly and urgently.
Hear this.
What happens if one or both of our major international airports is rendered inoperable by a natural disaster?
Hear this.
The answer cannot be that Jamaica has no answer. Burnham Field has been discussed as a development opportunity.
So you have to Burnham Field again. So if when a hurricane coming at the place, so it just touch in a Kingston over Port Royal and then pass Burnham Field, and just go touch one of Montego Bay. So Burnham Field don't get touched. When I talk is bullshit. Hurricane I run over the whole Jamaica. That to make the Burnham Field not get damaged. That to make tree not drop down a road, pop up and all kind of things. Yeah, road are black same way. When I talk is bullshit. Bullshit. It's nice when you're up on an island and fly. See, remember the other day when, can you imagine Burnham Field up and running and a American airline overshoot the runway where it run go? In over Portmore, over Port Royal. Yeah, over the airport, over the, it run go cross and stop at the sea. Not a build up here where people live. But can you imagine that the Burnham Field and the airport overrun the runway? Some people that are kill off. Yeah? People, it will not kill off. If you look at all the danger and something with them talk sometime, and be a bullshit them talk, But them do, them talk about the one that international airport up here cocaine. Bringing nothing. Yeah? You have a look at country, you want more and more airport and low way, We divest them too and we couldn't manage it. But you want to take money in that one, yeah. I better we keep one of them to them. No make no sense. This is how, you know, him like push out dumb things. You have to please themselves. Continue.
For decades.
Yeah.
The vision of an aerotropolis, an airport city that would anchor Jamaica's ambition to become the world's fourth logistics hub has appeared in strategic documents. I've spoken about it numerous times. Cabinet decisions and development plans have been made since the 2000s. The long-term vision still remains our aspiration. Former Minister Mike Henry, I'm certain that if he is listening, would be happy to hear that the Vernon Field, and that's the airstrip you're looking at, which was built during the World War II era, that by and large the concrete is still intact. It has over 2,000 acres of land around it. A premium piece of real estate is used for drag racing. When that piece of real estate should be our strategic backup and where we make strategic investment to eventually make it into a full airport.
Try to get up the hospital and the thing them up. No, airport now go stay out no long time. I'll be a shit him talk on there, you know. The man to stop this though, man. Time for him stop it, man. Too much garbage, the man talk. Yeah? The man is a failure. And when I say a failure to the country. People forget serious right now too, you know. They might forget, let me call my birthday now. They might forget serious. But I never look at, there's a little baby time in about I go and call you. Where him there? Where my birthday there? Yeah, because when I knock him and I'm like, call my birthday, I take. When I go down there, man. So I call him on this one, you know. See? Man, I go, answer your phone the fast, brother. Because I have very little time here. It's around 14 minutes. When we are knocking, we have to knock him on there, you know. Yeah. We have to knock him. We have to Anthony Bennett. See? We have to knock him. Because all him do is get up and talk foolishness. As I said before, you know. As I said before, this NARA business when I come with this bullshit. Yeah? 5 and 4, the super, the man of a super thing that we feel. What go on, my brother?
Yes, man.
No, man, me say me have around 13 minutes and me say me have a call, you know, because you know, when me get mad, you know. But I have to call you here, sir. So I want Patrick. You know, see this man a garbage, man.
You're going right to get mad, man. This man a come like Houdini, man. And all them do a bamboozle the public.
True.
That's what all them do. So of course you're right to get mad. When you play that click there with him, attack all kind of bastard and cow fat, man. And people who is addressing people who are thinkers and know so we must say rubbish. It causes if you really get annoyed and upset because it not credit to we not common sense, brother. You say really that.
I'll be a garbage in the better. And be a garbage. Because this when I come out with NARA is an experiment I deal with in a brother. You know, people attack, people get now work. Brother, if you are come with something, all right, me, I come with a project. I mean, no, can I work out my plan for the project? Me not just can run and just push it like this. Or me I thought that people attack it down and some people don't want to see to it. That means an experiment, brother. You know, show what you do. You just have to put something and say it work. Remember, you have a super ministry. And it failed. I remember then the PSOJ, the PAM board 100% with him when I run the super ministry. Him still run it, and it still failed 100%. And we see the one of them spirit, brother. So where am I going with this?
This can't go nowhere. I'm money more for siphon off, brother. And I try to find a way. Because if him did have any shame, as far as I'm concerned, at least him could have indicate to the public the achievement of the
economic growth and job creation and the 4 and 5.
Growth and job creation comes to him set up.
Yes.
The super ministry.
Super ministry.
Agent, as he said.
Yes.
So he can't show nothing for you, brother. Not one earth between can say, why we achieve this out of this this super ministry. So we will go with this.
That is it. And remember the PSO did it on board. Them same one me here come out, John Mahfood come out and say, John Issa, John Mahfood. John Mahfood,
man, I said can't do the same thing, the same way, expect different results, of course.
But John Mahfood say it, right?
Yes.
Yes. John Mahfood come and say can't expect I do the same way and expect a different result. Same have a change.
So,
yes.
So John Mahfood, we tantamount to what John Mahfood said, is that entity, the super ministry, that failed.
Of course.
He failed it.
Of course.
Leeching of a run, leeching they don't have enough common decency to say, well, boy, leeching, tender his resignation, he's no longer the chairman. And no, not at all.
Nothing, you know. You're right. Can they never say nothing better?
No, we don't know whether it's just that we hear Leeching make some public utterances that our deductive reasoning is telling us that Leeching walk away because couldn't be a part of something and criticize it like that.
Yeah, because them tell them about him.
Yeah, well, the system corrupt and people can manipulate the stock market and all of the things.
Yes.
That is not good for an economy. So Leeching take for himself from something like this because I realize
own Jamaican businessman and former president of the Jamaican.
Sorry, brother. So I'm play John Mahfood when John Mahfood said, remember, you know, them back him 100%. So I'm play John Mahfood. Let me hear what John Mahfood says.
The Manufacturers and Exporters Association, the JMEA, John Mahfood is calling for significant job cuts in the public sector in order to move the country's growth agenda forward. He made the call in a media release earlier this week. With the JLP securing a third term in office amidst persistent low growth, the businessman says it cannot be business as usual. Mahiri Stewart tells us more.
The former JMEA president says the Jamaican economy cannot afford another 5 years of stagnation. According to Mr. Mahfood, many Jamaicans still recall the much-touted JLP promise of 5 in 4. That's 5% GDP growth in 4 years, which never materialized. He says with a renewed mandate, it would be folly for the government to simply continue business as usual and expect a different result. Mr. Mahfood says urgent action is needed. He outlined 9 measures he believes can jumpstart the economy. The first is reducing the cost of the public sector from 13% of GDP to 10% over the next 5 years. He says Jamaica's public sector wage bill has swelled after recent compensation reviews, which is crowding out resources that could otherwise fund development programs. It's for this very reason that Mr. Mahfood says the government cannot afford to increase public sector wages at this time. He's also calling for lower interest rates to spur productive investment. Mr. Mahfood says the present high-rate regime is strangling the productive sector. Only yesterday, the country's central bank held its key policy rate at 5.75%, but commercial banks have been slow to reduce their lending rates. He says it's not justified based on the present low rate of inflation and significant foreign exchange reserves in hand. Mr. Mahfood wants alignment with inflation and productivity. He says any increase in the minimum wage must be supported by an increase in the productive sector, or it will make the country uncompetitive. The former JMEA boss is also calling for unprecedented investment in education, health, and security. He says the people of Jamaica have endured more than 10 years of sacrifice in order to reduce the debt to GDP ratio. He says,
so you hear what I'm saying? They mean do more than 10 years of sacrifice. To Andrew tell the same do economy and do all kind of things. John Mahfood, right?
You know why you're not more than that, brother? Not one.
Let me tell you, we're done with them. Andrew, if you just stop telling lie. I bet time say, boy, we're up on the struggle, you know, but you know, we set this, we set what? The man say you can't continue the same way, 5 in 4 fail. Now, me not telling you it fail. Me not telling you the super ministry fail. Where am I going about NARA? This is bullshit. You know why you're not more than that? Eh? You better?
Brethren, the writing is on the wall, man. It is obvious. The same private sector people will back him 100%. all the money back on them.
Yes.
They start to give out sound and say, no, them run the chairman of the Growth Council,
Yes.
Lynching said the stock market manipulated and they want him losing business. And they understand it because money, free money, they there. Drugs money, they there to manipulate the market. So Legion tell you.
Of course.
Legion what? Legion have to sell me at you know, brother.
Oh God, man, poor Legion.
All right.
Eh? Legion.
You understand me? So,
yes.
I mean, it's really a pity that you have more investigative journalists like you. We're really hold government accountable and see these pitfalls instead of just them a report issues that deflect the main problems of Jamaica, which is called over by the leadership of this party, this government. Yeah.
Make I give them the leeching. Make I give them the leeching now. Make I add in the leeching. See the leeching here, people. Hear this.
There are situations that are happening, that have been happening over the last 4 years, which was contrived to drive the share price down.
Like what?
Like what? Like people acting, bad players acting in the market to drive the share price down, so that would cause chaos with the bondholders, and then I would have to sell, right? And then they would be able to buy the stock cheap. In our market, because it is prone to manipulation.
Okay.
Because we have it's illiquid, so it doesn't take much to move the stock up or down.
You hear that? So them can't wash them dirty money too, you know. It liquid, so you move it up and down. Manipulation. Remember the richest man, this where them get, they move him off and riches, you know. Get it?
Prone to manipulation. Are you suggesting that there are players right now in the Jamaican market manipulating the stock market?
Well, look, NCB is trading at 50% of its book value. 50%. In other words, you can buy $1 for 50 cents. Okay? That's an aberration. And the aberration is not a coincidence. It is contrived.
You said that the idea is to get the price down by these surreptitious players and to get you to sell. Are you suggesting that there are people trying to oust you from your position?
100%. 100%.
Why?
Greed.
And is that...
And this is part of what we have to address if we want to make Jamaica an investable country. People cannot act with impunity.
You think that is happening?
100%. We have to call a spade a spade.
Thank you.
Because if we don't, we're just going to be fumbling around. We'll never have growth. We'll never have foreign investors coming in and feeling comfortable.
What is the end game, you think, for those?
We will never have growth. Can we not have no growth? So the man them attack real talk now. Yeah.
People who are acting...
Simple. Take over NCB. Cheap. There's a situation that...
So then they want to take away NCB cheap. We will never have growth. We hear that now, brother? We have 2 more minutes. What you say about this? Make you just wrap it up. Yes.
You hear the chairman of the Growth Council that said that, you know?
Thank you.
So when he come out and said this, you know, this put a bad light on the government, you know, because him are the one that's supposed to drive growth, you know, brother.
All right.
So you don't need glasses with Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder that can see that clearly.
Of course.
All right.
So you see this, brother? You hear when those say the come so bad actors. I try to block him. The man have to sell him out. Said a lot of things and them sit down like drunk or wait for them things. After I'm telling say skinny kids and 5 and 4 and I give them 5 and 4 finger. Then they block him too. Jamaica not running right.
The team will make it bad, you know. I'm the chairman for the Growth Council.
Of course, if I'm for the chairman of the run.
If you can say that,
can you imagine?
The Prime Minister and not name shame at all.
Hey, we're done with him, brother. We're done with him. And the NARA thing, when you watch it, the NARA, you know, it don't make a difference. So when you see them run out, one of them, and them are some lackeys. We're going on doing it, but we have vote and I put out videos. It don't mean nothing to nobody. Who no fear, to John Mafood come tell you can't come with the same business as usual. 10 years, what a failures. 10. Leaching come tell us the same thing, nothing when you never have no growth or nothing. And that thing you say, no? Yeah? When Boss Furniture, Boss say the same thing. So don't make them talk about roses. These are just words them I use. The same PSO, because them suffer. When them have no buyers, you know, remember them have their people with money, and when you have the people with money, you have to suffer too, you know. So let me just remind them this. So when them have some guy where they are start destroy the country and them not talk, we don't have to say nothing, it force them to come talk. We don't talk. We don't talk with them, brother. Not true, sir?
What do you mean, man?
All right.
You tell the people exactly what the score is. We know the score.
Thank you.
Leaching know the score as well.
Thank you.
All right, sir.
Me done with that. People, you know, sir, tomorrow when I'm running, I'm going to talk to my brother later here. Me out. Bless.
We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We not make them get in and them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We not make them get in and them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomber dude.
I'm not a Judas, them a backstabber. I'm gonna my wife, and she straight beauty and glamour. No guy can walk to name me with no dagger. Maybe the heart of Mandela, but the mind of a Zama in the mold. Like a bullman, we send us the jammer. Lyrically inclined, be a metaphor, so no listen to lyrics line to line. Become a lyrical fighter. Put up in every team, they'll want some more hole in a hater. Lyrically inclined.